everyone, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Gold Crest Valley, and we're starting out at the shop here, folks. Seems like a good place to start an episode. Morgan's Massive Motors, I guess. Never actually looked at the name of that before. Anyway, we're going to go shopping for plows, and I believe we're leasing. Yes, we're currently leasing the Lemken, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the Salford plow here. That's the largest in-game plow, 300 horsepower. That'll go nicely with our brand new New Holland. And the Lemken takes 240 horsepower, so hopefully we can pull that with the Fendt here. I think, did we get the 240 horsepower Fendt version? The Fendt 720. I'd like to say we got the 240 horsepower one, but better double check here. So let's go ahead and buy that. I noticed the John Deere 2623 wing disc here is in the plow category. I'm assuming that means it plows. I don't know. Kind of annoying if it does. Technically, it's in the wrong category, but anyway. Yeah, that's right. Let's check. What kind of horsepower do we have on this tractor here? Oh, we only have the 200. I thought we had the 240. Okay, so if we bump it up to 240... Oh, that's another 21,000. Oh, boy. I guess we can't afford that at the moment, can we? We do have the wheel weights. I guess what we could do is borrow some more money. Do we need to borrow like another 20... No, 15,000? Nope, we do need to borrow another 20. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. I do have money I can make, folks. I just need to sell the barley. But while we're up here, I might as well do this. So let's bump you up to 240 horsepower. The Fendt Vario 724. We'll customize that. And who would have guessed, folks? It shuts the engine off when you upgrade it. And no, we won't be pulling this plow with this tractor, by the way, folks. Like I said, we'll put this on the New Holland. We just have this tractor up here to pull it home with. And we're going to start, I figure we'll start with a big field here, folks. Great demand for wool. Well, we don't have any wool yet at field 20. Speaking of wool, folks, how are our pigs and cows doing? Looks like I should get the cows cleaned out. We still have only 6 cows, and we got 11 pigs. No reproduction rate. I don't know why. They have everything they need. Looks like I should probably clean up the cows, though. Should have brought the front loader attachment with me. Oh, well. But anyway, like I said, we'll get down to the field here. We'll grab the New Holland. And like I was saying there last episode, looks like pretty much all our fields need to be plowed. So we're going to get started on that here this episode. I'll probably do the plowing here myself with this plow because the hired worker doesn't quite use it properly. It's kind of a little bit derpy like the disc-spine mower is, although not quite as bad as the mower. Still have the Massey Ferguson working on. I think this is the last field here that needs to be harvested. Look, he's full. I should probably empty him. And then I also have one more field of bales I need to bale up and wrap yet. And then, like I was saying there a couple moments ago, still have a silo full of barley, which is actually probably getting pretty full by now. Hopefully we can fit it all. If not, we'll just start selling it. So anyway, here we are at field 20. We'll just drop that off here. Let's grab our New Holland and bring the other plow. Still want to get the larger cultivator yet as well. Hopefully we can afford that once we sell the bales and the barley. There we go. And even with 2 plows on this field, it's probably still going to take a while. That weight there reminds me, folks, I probably should have like grabbed a weight for this tractor and the Fendt. Oh well. We'll see how it goes. If we need to, we can always go grab a weight, I guess. I think up until this point, most of my plowing I've done with the large plows anyway has been in missions. So most of the missions usually have a weight that they come with. Oh, there's even a beacon on the plow too yet. Oh, great. Okay. Get the Fendt here hooked up. Oh, this Fendt just looks so much smaller next to the New Holland here. I mean, yeah, just look at that, folks. Wow, what a difference. Anyway, I think we'll probably... Yeah, shall we start this one down at the other end? And then we'll start at the close end here. And one thing I noticed here with the potato harvesting, folks, when the potato harvester got down to the other end there's that house there at that end. The potato harvester actually turned around early in the field. And I'm assuming that was to miss the house there. At least that's the only thing I can think of, folks. It was actually missing crop in the field. It left probably a good, I think, was it 3 rows worth up at that side of the field there, and turned around early. The entire rest of the field it did fine, and just up by that house there, and there's like a fence in front of that house, so kind of a tight area to turn around in. The hired worker actually turned around early. Anyway, I think what we're going to do, we're just going to do a little headland here first for starters. Usually when plowing like this, you'll do the headland last. But in this case, folks, I want to do it first just for the hired worker's sake. And I'll do one on that end of the field there too, just to make sure he has enough room to turn around. Don't want any hired workers getting stuck in light poles here. And let's see, how many bottom plow is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bottom plow, folks. 12 bottom plow. Something tells me, folks, at least where I live, you'd probably need a larger tractor than this T7 to pull that many bottom plow. And especially right where I live, folks, it's pretty much clay. Also known as rock, I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the hired worker. Yeah, he turned around early again, even with the plow. Interesting. So yeah, Giants must have something built into the game here, or the field, or something for collision, so it stays out of the way of that house there. Interesting. So we'll probably actually need a little bit larger headland for that portion of the field. Thinking about 2 headlands here should do it, and then we can start going up and down the field. Oh, there's another water refill spot there. How convenient. Out of the way where I don't need water. Oh well. And considering there's a river right there you can dunk your trailer into too, I don't know why you would want water right up in that corner there, but whatever, I guess. Oh, there's a bump there. Did not realize that. Figured I'd go around back behind the building here for a little bit better turning, but maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I will have to say, folks, in the game here, this looks like one big, beefy, very beefy plow. Just looking at this thing, and I'm sure in real life, for being a 12-bottom plow, it would have to be a very beefy plow. And that, at least, is something we don't see very commonly where I live anymore, is plowing of this style anymore. Typically see the chisel plowing. That is the most common type of plowing, if you want to call it that, that occurs where I live. And there is some no-tilling as well, but I would say the majority of where I live, folks, is still tilled yet. Most of the farmers seem like they still do the tillage. Okay, there we go. I think we'll call 2. That should be more than enough of a headland there. Looks like the Fent is doing an outstanding job. About time our hired workers did a good job. Oh, that's right, folks. Our combine needs to be emptied. I just completely forgot about him. Okay, let's get him. We'll get the New Holland going here in a moment, and we'll go unload him. Okay, we'll just hire him. He should continue to go in a straight line. Let's unload the combine in a moment, and we'll be right back to the plowing. Don't have a tractor down here with the trailer at the moment, so I'm just going to have to drive the combine to the trailer. Stole the Fent there to do the plowing. Anyway, we'll see if we can read a couple comments here in a moment. Smokin' Joe is saying, on this, he's talking about Farming Simulator 15 here. The rubbish collision physics, the lack of ability to keep hold of logs are what ruins the game for me. Some machines are better, but I've read Farming Simulator 17 still suffers from the same fate. It still does for some part, or actually maybe even say the most part. I still have issues with the logs liking to slide out of the trucks for some reason. I would say, though, a lot of the physics are better, although maybe not still where they need to be or where we'd like them to be. Okay, we'll just hire him and back to the New Holland. And yeah, we'll just stop you before you turn around. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he quite finished all the way to the end. Oh well. Okay, let's get set up here and start actually plowing up and down the field. And of course, folks, we're going to get the GPS mod out for that. So we're going to get lined up straight here, and then we'll auto-calculate the width, realign it, and there we go. So 6.4 meters of plowing goodness. And obviously this is going to take a while, so might be plowing some more next episode. We'll probably get the hired workers on it, though. Like I said, folks, pretty much all our fields need to be plowed, except for a couple of them. But anyway, back to the comments there about what Smoke and Joe was saying. One thing Farming Simulator 17 does have, is the hold-down straps. That really makes a difference. You can put the hold-down straps on, and that kind of takes care of any issues of transporting, or if your load starts to slide out or fall out, just put the straps on it and you should be good. Robert was saying, should see all this new snow I've gotten the last couple of days. Doesn't say where he lives, so I don't know where he's lived and he's gotten all the snow. Where I live, folks, we got a couple inches at most, it looks like. I know they were saying we were supposed to get a real big dump of it, but doesn't look like that happened. At least not yet, anyway. Oh, even with that two headlands there, it's still quite a bit space to turn around. Almost need 4 from the looks of it. I think we can make it work, though. Carson was saying you will normally see the 6-row John Deere planters around the southeast Alabama when they plant peanuts. Anthony was asking, how can I join the multiplayer server? Information for the multiplayer server, for joining the multiplayer server, can be found in any one of my multiplayer videos. So if you would like to join us on the multiplayer servers, just look at one of my multiplayer server videos, for example, Lostburg. Information is in those videos for the mods needed to join those servers, as well as information for the TeamSpeak servers. We currently have one server on Lostburg and the other server on Hobbs Farm. So kind of 2 different maps there, folks. You got Lostburg, kind of a nice smaller map, very nicely done map, and you got Hobbs, much larger map. Definitely has some issues on that map, and I would argue probably not quite as nicely done, at least given the level of detail, but the field sizes are much larger. And probably given the choice, like I mentioned there last episode, I kind of tend to prefer to go for the larger maps myself. So, you know, fields of this size right here that we're working on, that's kind of the size of the fields I like. Aiden was saying, if you see red, keep her in the shed. Daniel is asking, what do you think about the new tire mechanic of loaded trailers? And do you also think Oklahoma 17 will be coming out? Yes, folks, I'm sure Oklahoma will be coming out for Farming Simulator 17 at some point. I don't know when yet. And as far as the loaded tires, that is definitely a pretty cool feature. For those of you who have not seen that, basically when you load down a trailer, you can definitely see deformation in the tires, which is really cool. Jetty Master was saying I managed to buy about 200 pigs and 50 cows on my Lostburg world. Charles was asking, what part of Michigan do you live in? I live in West Michigan. Yeah, like I was saying, definitely looks like about 2 more headlands would be ideal, at least for this plow anyway. It's keeping us out of the lights there at least, though, so that's okay. Don't need to be tangling no plow up in the lampposts. Phil was saying it was just cold and windy up here in the UP. That's Upper Peninsula of Michigan, for those of you not familiar with the UP. Where I'm from, 26 degrees Fahrenheit with 10 to 20 mile per hour wind. Had snow for 3 days, then it all melted. Samuel was saying, actually down here we plant canola with a corn planter on 15-inch rows. Some beans use the same planter for all 3 crop types. I think they call that inner plants there with the 15-inch rows. You actually got double the number of rows as a normal one. Most normal corn planters are set around the 30-inch mark. I know there is some variation in that, but as far as I know, the most common is around 30-inch. And then, yeah, basically if you do soybeans, you can plant them a little denser if you do a second row at basically 15 inches. Cam Kill was saying, nice video. Thank you very much for that. Adam was saying, have you heard Westbridge Hills is out? Yes, I believe I heard that sometime back, actually. Been out for, I think, a week or 2 now, from what I recall. I notice our Massey Ferguson is not working anymore. Something tells me we should go check up on him. Yes, that's kind of what I suspected had happened there, folks. You got to the narrow part of the field there, wasn't lined up properly with it, and decided to quit. Oh well. We'll get him going there again. Still annoying how the tractors shut off when you leave them. Kind of makes me question, folks, why I bother having the manual ignition on when half the time I end up having to turn it back on anyway. It is, however, a really nice feature, like in my case, folks, where I'm sometimes moving between different vehicles very quickly. Like in this case, I'm doing the plowing here, but then I'm also, checking up on hired workers, harvesters, etc. The annoying part is just the fact when I come back to it, I'd like it to stay running, but of course, sometimes it's not. And yes, unfortunately, I can't look around in the cab here at the moment. My eye tracker, well, I shouldn't say the eye tracker. My USB 3.0 ports on my computer are being derpy again and not working. I noticed my card reader isn't working either, so... Hey, there we go. Okay. Just need to unplug it and plug it back in sometimes. That's all it takes. Now I can look around in the cab. Much better. Basically, folks, if you have the eye tracking enabled in the options, you cannot actually use your mouse to look around in the cab, which is, in some ways, is kind of nice, folks, because at least instinctively, I always grab for the mouse when I want to look around with the eye tracker, and that kind of like really messes things up if you're using both the mouse and the eye tracker at the same time. But Farming Simulator here did a really good job at implementing the eye tracking. So it only works when you're in the cab of a vehicle. I don't know if you can change that or not. As far as I know, it only works in the cab. Oh, I guess I should have left that down a little more. Oh well. And when you're in a third-person view like this, the eye tracking does not work. You have to use your mouse. Go to first-person in cab view, and then you have to use the eye tracking, and your mouse does not work to look around. Anyway, I'll have to say, very nicely done on the interior of this tractor. Looks really nice, especially that little colored dash there. With all looks like little buttons on it. That's pretty cool. It's amazing what they've been doing the last few years with electronics and tractors. Makes me wonder what kind of trouble we're going to see in the next few years with these electronics, but really does some amazing things with them, that is for sure. Anyway, folks, looking at time, I think it's about time to wrap up the episode. So with that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.